Hey, everybody, and welcome to my latest. Oh, I hope my headset's working. Can you hear me? All right, can you hear me? Hopefully, you can hear me. Nothing like good times with. Looks like it's working. Well, everybody, welcome to my latest live stream. This time we're going to be talking a couple of specific things. If you hadn't noticed the shirt and the medallion, I am a Star Wars junkie, and The Mandalorian is happening, and Star Wars, the Rise of Skywalker is releasing this month. Thank God, finally. But before we get into that, I want to talk about a movie that is going to be available in theaters, on demand, and digital tomorrow, called Daniel Isn't Real. Daniel Isn't Real is a fantastic film that is a horror film, but it also tackles some very important subjects, especially in these days that we are living in. It's amazing. It's by the creators of Mandy. The producers of Mandy made this. Spectrovision is releasing it. They are the crew behind Mandy, A Girl Walks Home Alone in the Dark. Elijah Wood is one of the head guys there. They know their horror films and they know their genre. And this film is just amazing. And it stars the two leads, Daniel, as of the Daniel of the title, and the character of Luke, who is the quote unquote real boy in the film. That is the friend of the imaginary friend, who is Daniel, is played by Miles Robbins. Miles Robbins and Patrick Schwarzenegger. Patrick Schwarzenegger plays the evil Daniel, and Miles Robbins, who you may recognize him from Halloween, and he's also the son of Fox Mulder and Dana Scully. Oh, hi! Thank you, Chai. Thank you. Thank you so much. Really appreciate it. So they star in this, and Patrick Schwarzenegger is amazing in this movie. Miles Robbins is amazing in this movie. They take after their dads and moms. Patrick, of course, with the last name Schwarzenegger, is in fact the son of Arnold Schwarzenegger and Maria Shriver. Uh, Miles Robbins is the son of Tim Robbins and actress Susan Sarandon. So, yes, you have some pedigree here, and they live up to it. It is a fantastic movie. It's what I call in a new genre, psychedelic horror, or psychedelic psychopathic is the name I've given this. If you've seen Mandy, you know the surrealism and the crazy visuals that came out of that film. Trips you up, makes you think you're on drugs. You're not. If you go see Mandy on drugs, you're probably going to have an epileptic seizure of some sort. So maybe don't. But with Daniel Isn't Real, it starts in a reality. It's based in reality, and you don't know if this is really a form of psychosis that Daniel is the epitome of, and that Luke is suffering, because the film deals also with living with a parent that has mental illness, and the kind of, there's a couple of things there. One is, are you going to end up like your parent? Is this a hereditary thing? Or you kind of feel helpless there. You're trapped, and they deal with that. They deal with violence in this day and age. They deal with the issues of masculinity and the toxic side of that, as well as the good side of that. And just God, there's a lot going on in this film, and it's done so well. It's done in that great way that I love when people use genre. It's actually, there's a couple of points, Bailey, where I actually got a little creeped out, because it's there's some really great visuals in this, not gonna lie. And the cool aspects of it aren't just it's not pounding you over the head with what it's trying to talk about, which is the way I like my metaphors to be. I like my horror movies that have a message, to not pound you over the head with it. This one lets you realize it and deal with it and feel it as you go along. That's what guys like Rod Serling and the really good writers and the really good creators do. When you like George Romero, they don't pound you over the head with what they're trying to get at you. They let you realize it and learn it. Things like racism, things like the way this film tackles, mental illness and thank you, Zen. How it, the scary part of it is no one will listen, and that's where we've gotten to. Like, the reason the whole bad thing happens in this movie is the shrink decides to just say, oh yeah, you know what, go revisit that. Yeah, Alfred Hitchcock is another great example of using genre to talk about things. But I really enjoyed this movie, and people not listening are at the core of why everything goes south in this movie. And I like how it's not immediately apparent if there is anything supernatural happening, because it lets you build. And there's some really striking things in this film. Like visually, it's just so good. Um, but so I actually got to interview the two leads. I got to talk to Patrick Schwarzenegger. I got to talk to Miles Robbins. If you want to read my interview with Patrick Schwarzenegger, which was fantastic, these guys are smart and savvy. They've been in the industry their whole lives around it, and they really are just great, smart kids. Kids are in their late 20s. I'm old. Fuck. But anyway, if you want to read that interview, you can go to my webzine, fangirlmag.com, FANGIRLMAG.com, and you can read my interview, read a little bit of a mini review I did to go along with that interview. Patrick Schwarzenegger is a smart, savvy, awesome kid. He's really goes into depth about why he wanted to do this film, what he liked about it. We talk about the thing more. We expand more on what I've been saying about this film, utilizing the reality that we're in to talk about the unreal. And then later tomorrow, I will be posting my interview episode of Fangirl Radio with Miles Robbins, so you'll be able to actually hear him and hear us discuss the film and his part in it and what it was like to make this. It's a really great interview. Like I said, he's a really smart, really amazing actor. Did a great job in this movie. Schwarzenegger did as well. Just, it's great because he doesn't look. It's funny with Patrick Schwarzenegger. He looks like his dad, but he doesn't. So it's great. You can see the bone structure. But it's just a great film. I can't say enough about it. It's going to be available in theaters, on demand, and digital tomorrow. Check it out for sure. Really, really great film. Thank you, Bailey. If you here, I'm just going to, if you want to check it out, fangirlmag.com. I'm putting this in the comments. And then Fangirl Radio on SoundCloud. So you can go check it out there. Tomorrow I'll have that episode up. But right now you can read the interview with Patrick Schwarzenegger on fangirlmag.com. The other thing I wanted to give you guys a heads up on has to do with the necklace I'm wearing, which is the Mythosaur. Thank you, Bailey. You're welcome. The Mythosaur from The Mandalorian. So The Mandalorian has taken over. Baby Yoda has taken over the entire internet. This is sort of like a heads up piece for you, just to let you know that prior to the release of The Rise of Skywalker, everyone knows that The Mandalorian releases like at midnight on Thursday night, early Friday morning. So tonight, in about 4 hours, if you're on the West Coast, you'll be able to watch the next episode of The Mandalorian. So on Chapter 7, which is the next to last episode, which is the week of Rise of Skywalker. He is too cute. He is so cute. Yoda, baby Yoda is taking my soul. Just as a heads up, The Mandalorian will actually be releasing early on that week, and it will be releasing because they don't want you staying at home to watch Baby Yoda. They want you to go out and go be at the theater for the Rise of Skywalker release. So, The Mandalorian Chapter 7, which is the penultimate, I think that's the word, penultimate episode, will actually be releasing on Wednesday, December 18th. So you will get The Mandalorian early the day prior to Star Wars The Rise of Skywalker coming out, because everybody is going to be at the theater on December 19th. There's also apparently going to be a sneak preview of The Rise of Skywalker as part of this on Disney Plus. So just be aware, Rise of Skywalker week, The Mandalorian will be coming out a day or so early. So actually 2 days early if you want to get technical. So that's awesome. Very excited about that. It's the Star Wars holiday. Not the special, though. We don't talk of Life Day, although they worked that into The Mandalorian, so it's canon now, and George Lucas can never be away from it. He's never going to be free of Life Day or the Star Wars holiday special. Ever. He made that. He's done. So anyway, I just want to give you guys a heads up on that. But the real focus of this is Daniel Isn't Real. Go check it out. Such a great movie. And oddly uplifting. I can't go. I don't want to go into spoilers for the film. It's a really great movie. And just as I said, if you loved Mandy and you love that psychedelic, psychotic type of film where it just trips you up in your mind and the visuals are just crazy and just gorgeous stuff, and just man, Spectre Vision is doing some great stuff. Elijah Wood knows his thing, when it comes to horror. And I knew this from prior when I interviewed Elijah Wood. And I had a moment where I'm like, oh my God, now wow, Elijah Wood, I am enamored. When we started talking about Giallo Italian horror, and he said the word Giallo, and my heart was his. He knows his horror stuff. He wanted to make good horror films and different horror films, and he is doing that with Spectre Vision. And that's why we're getting these kind of movies like Daniel Isn't Real and Mandy. So Viva Elijah Wood, go Frodo, keep bringing us really cool horror films. So if you guys, I just wanted to give you guys breakdown on that. I want to give you guys a heads up on Mandalorian coming early. If you guys have any questions or anything, feel free to pop them in the live chat, because I'm going to wrap this up. But if you don't have any questions or anything for me, let us know what more you'd like to hear about, because I'm here for you. I want you guys to enjoy these. I want to be talking about things that you want to hear about. If you have questions about any of the crap you see behind me that I own, questions like that Chucky right there, if you want to know, is signed by every cast member from Child's Play. Chris Sarandon, Brad Dourif. Inside the pocket is a condom from when Seed of Chucky came out. I would not open that thing for my life, because God knows what it's turned into at this point. Yeah, so if you ever want to ask about any of this stuff back here, let me know. But I hope you guys enjoy these. Thank you for joining me. Yeah, so thank you, Zenny. Give us an idea of what more you want. We're happy to oblige you. I've got more movie reviews coming. So yeah, give us an idea of what you want to hear about, and I'm happy to talk. So thank you guys for listening. I hope this was informative. Go check out Daniel Isn't Real. You can find it on streaming and on demand tomorrow. And if you're lucky enough to have a local theater to watch it in, go do it, because I bet it looks beautiful on the big screen. So I will talk to you guys later. Thank you. Peace out. Rise of Skywalker soon. I hope you guys are having a good holiday season. Bye.